afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacaster from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, your only sanctioned source of community entertainment in these dark and terrible times. Off here to our 1 vs. 1 on Crossroads. In the north, it is Barton PL fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union. Comrade Stalin taking on the role here of the 3rd Guards Tank Corps with defensive tactics, mechanized support and airborne troops featuring double infantry, anti-tank grenade, range bullets, and best in the south it is. I just call him Runes because he keeps having names that seems to be Runes, so he just changed it. I really don't know what his actual name is, so he is Runes, fighting for the German army. Deutschland taking on the role here of the 7th Panzer Division, the Ghost Division as known here, with Mechanized Assault, featuring Assault Grenadiers, Mechanized Assault Group, Stug 3E, light artillery barrages, and the Tiger Tank with anti-tank gun, Panzerfaust, and infantry bullets. And there we got a gun before true start there for Runes, double conscripts for Barton, heading centre and westwards, and we got eastbound push here for Runes. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. That makes me awfully happy. Thank you very much ahead of time. Also, big thanks to my patrons and supporters, without which this episode and so many others would not be possible. Big thanks to those, and of course those who donate. You too can join the ranks by, well, clicking the links in the video description. This is Imperial Dane joining back to action here with the Pioneers of Nothing in the Years. 3rd Contact Squad there for Barton PL. More frontal Vicks being dispatched to the front line. Pioneers falling back here. If they can't catch up with engineers, they're going to lose out. We got more Grenadiers there for Runes, popping in here around the centre to scout for any movement there from Barton. We do have a conscript there. It's going to be a small face-off here, though. The Grenadiers, if the conscripts stay here, will win it, since, well, they can't only fire 2 rifles out here. That's conscript rifles. The Grenadiers here could fire 3 rifles back, so not a good engagement there for Barton. Machine sending out, obviously expecting a push through here to here. If Barton is smart, he may of course anticipate there's a machine gun lined up, then we'll try to flank a bat, which is what he's trying to do. But in this case, though, Runes also has line of sight here. He's actually a bit further thinking ahead there, so thumbs up to him. Of course, if he times it quick, we can still get past it. Hoorahs, there we go. Nice out there with Barton. Machine being positioned, Pioneer can deal with that. In the centre here, Grenadiers remain passive as we got troop number more eastwards. I think he's going to have to move his Grenadiers eastward to deal with Barton as well. He's going to risk losing the position here to the Red Army. 4th comes on the way there for Barton. Engineers moving in there, machine being outmaneuvered, Grenadiers finding eastwards. Both squads there, but he's a bit too late there. We got an Assault Grenadier squad out here for Runes as well, mixing up 2 Grenadiers with a regular Assault Grenadier squad. Hard to say if he's doing this sort of as like a panic reaction. This was planned all along, but either way, if you can get up fast enough, they should be able to turn the tide somewhat. Even then, it's going to take a bit of a while to get there. He can, of course, use the sprint ability, which is 10 munitions, sort of get them out there. So, well, Grenadiers, the Pioneers putting back the country there, grab the fuel point there. And we got Assault Grenadiers moving in, needs to fall back. Actually, right about now, unless this Assault Grenadiers have a good chance of getting a wipe there, and they're going to have to retreat past them before doing all the Grenadiers here. Close one there, actually. He'll probably try and focus all the Grenadiers on him, which case he'll give the other troops more time to, like, get into better positions, and otherwise get 3 shots of the Grenadiers. But there you go. Moving ahead here with the Grenadiers, the Assault Grenadiers. Sprint here will be a pretty good idea to close the conscripts fast. At the same time, going to push for the car point. They got maneuver by Barton. And there you go, Assault Grenadiers round the conscript there with ease. Conscript there being bled out. Machine needs to turn about, and there you go. Spot the conscript there. Nice reaction there by Runes here, and the conscript here are being slowly bled out as well in the face of Runes' men. And there you go, Barton routed. Still, he's got most of the map, and he's still managed to cut off Runes' fuel point there. So good play with Barton, keeping a nice proactive play. And there we go. Unsurprisingly, this airborne troops tactics, one of the most popular ones since, well, the S-5040s themselves are just really good. Plus, you get Discus, which are pretty good. Rocket drones, which are really good. And in theory, the Guards airborne troops are also pretty good. It's just most players never bother with them because they don't particularly need them, but they're actually quite good too. Particularly with the Thompsons. Oh, not Thompsons, the PPSH-41s. Those are not Thompsons. Anyways, medic bunker up there for Runes. No tech yet. Remember, he's planning more Assault Grenadiers, a mortar sniper here. More weapons being dropped down there for Barton. Bit of skirmishing here, as we can see, the Runes are trying to turn the game around here against Barton, but there you go, running into this with T-40 quick conscripts. All hopes of that are immediately dashed there as Barton and the 3rd Guards Tank Corps will put a stop to that. Fighting around the curve point here, machine gun is all the way over here, bit risky position to be honest there for Runes. Slight gap there, but also just low on health in general. Safe Barton where to get a mortar out, he could quickly wipe it, or sniper could possibly also quickly clear it out if he's not paying attention. Medic bunker up. More Assault Grenadiers. So this is an interesting build then. We got double Grenadiers, double Assault Grenadiers here for Runes with an MG42. Definitely a non-standard Wehrmacht build. Most assault grenade builds tend to be like either all in or single one, but mixing in grenadiers and assault grenades like this is definitely more of a standout move there by Runes. So interesting for sure, interesting for sure. We'll have to see how this pans out versus all these SVT-40 conscripts. Machine has repositioned a bit, good. We'll have to see if Barton is expecting this. I mean, he knows where the sandbags are, he knows where the machine gun is, but roughly. But in this case, he does not expect it. The gun might have been dropped in, but oh, the machine can't see it because he's saying, oh, never mind, they do get spotted. Apparently took some machines some time to get there. Comes there getting out of cover now. They can then go for deep flank. The machine helps reposition, get reinforcements. Finding around here. Small win there for Runes, but only for so long. On the west side, we got more soldiers. The gun is moving up. They're going to push you up the left flank. Right flank, they're collapsing as Barton's men pour in. Also got the support company going up there for Barton in his base. Could see a maximum mortar here, though, with airborne troops. Light not going to go for maximum. They could just go for the Dishka. So mortar field gun seems much more likely. Sandbags being attempted here. Very good play there by Barton. Fast, aggressive. Gunners can't deal with the concept of range with SVT-40s. They can't easily outmaneuver them. And there you go. Barton swiftly in there up close. The SVT-40s will definitely win the day for the country against Runes Grenadiers. They need assault grenadier support, but the assault grenadiers are either back at base. Oh, not actually, they're all over the place, but not back at base. They're reinforced. So there you go. Looks like the Grenadiers actually winning this one. I'm a bit surprised at that. Guess they did enough damage to the conscripts to close in, but still, that could have just as well been a conscript win there. Sandwich in the center, grab the western fuel and victory point away from Barton. Minimizing the loss there, I suppose. Still no tech for Runes. This is starting to get perhaps a bit dangerous there as Barton is taking ahead here. Got the tank commander up there for the Red Army. As the Pioneers advance on the center. Grenadiers repositioning a bit. And we got a mechanized assault group out here for Runes, possibly indicating his plan is to deal with armor is Panzerschrecks, the Raketen-Panzerbüchse, as Barton puts his faith to the T-70 light tankers. So many Serb players do. Charging ahead here. Constantly there without anti-tank grenade, but will be quite vulnerable here to the Panzer Grenadier squad there in the 250-1 half-track, taking heavy damage there. Routed. Going to move next up against Engineers. T-70 is almost done. He's going to have to quit Panzerschrecks fast on these once he sees it. In fact, maybe too late. Still causing some retreats here for Barton. Also got the anti-tank grenades on the way, obviously. Can't just rely on the T-70 against the 250 half-track. Grenadiers as a consequence there. Assault is flanking up behind them. Very good. Telemites on here by from Runes. That could actually pay off. Perhaps if we can bait the T-72 with a half-track, he just gets lucky. They actually had a chance of being wiped here with the assault and the Panther squad. They're now pursuing them here on the retreat path. T-70's moving up. Will he spot it in time, or will he get anti-tank grenaded and then dealt with? Oh, he does have the mission for due to all the SVT-40s. So he should have a chance of getting up the 250 half-track. He's moving up, might be able to Panzerfast it by the half-track enough time. There we go, Panzerfast off. Panzerfast getting up nonetheless. Probably a good idea to avoid risking losing any more on them. Thumbs up there to Runes. Still heavy fighting here. Fuel police being captured back here. Runes' man thinks to turn the tide. He's somewhat against Barton. He's grab initiative. Of course, with the T-70 out, Barton is going to do his best to get it back from Runes and his fascist friends. Grenadiers was knees in the east side. Ground the car front as well with the front of it. Close to veterans 1. Assault squad falling back as the T-70 pursues aggressively. Grenadiers on the far from the conscripts and the engineers. Assault they're close to veterans 1. Very close, in fact. Eastern field for them being seized by the MD-42 crew. Controlling both fuel points actually is going to allow here Runes to take ahead fast ahead of Barton now. Back here reinforcement. He got like to make a nice company. So he's actually not going to rely on Panzerschrecks here versus Barton. Also the mines got swept away. Good work there by Barton. Assault squad needs to get away, and he's going to then need a Panzer 40 pretty fast here against the T-70. Barton can also here consider going for the Guards airborne troops. We of course have to goes for them. Light machine gun needs to looking to perhaps ambush the T-70. Did not happen. Pack 40 is still a bit away there for Mr. Runes. Going for the car point once more. There we go. Pants up the Kanone 40. Rifle grenade off there. And there you go. Panzerfast and the T-70 light tank. Being Barton, I imagine, a bit displeased. Pack 40 almost done. Panzer going against the conscripts. And the MD-42 up on the flank of the conscripts. They're pushing out into the opening against the Panzer Grenadier. Very good. Or at least closer to the range. of them. Now the machine gun's risk of being flanked and outmaneuvered. It's going to have to retreat that one. Barton flooding a bit of manpower. Could consider support weapons. Would be, I think, a strong idea. Frontovic's sitting behind in the UFO2. Runes looks like he's not realising this. He's using the machine gun as bait. There we go. Small chance going to wipe him the conscript, doing a lot of fire into them in the retreat path there. The soldiers might be able to get the finishing kill here, and a finishing shot. And yeah, they got it. That was a close one. Another T-10 for Barton. They're committing heavily to light tanks here. Perhaps sensing an opportunity to overwhelm Runes before things get serious. He's going to push for double T-70 here versus this German opponent and try and crash him with that. Pretty bold there, pretty bold. And can work out if he can wield them correctly enough here versus Runes, in which case Runes may not be able to respond to them efficiently enough. That said, if this fails and Runes then push it for medium armor, Barton's going to be in a bit of a tight spot. There you go, Disca being dropped in as well there for some added anti-infantry plus light vehicle counters. Back here, still not enough tech up there for Runes and the German army. The Ghost Division is known because during the fighting in France, as it was under the command of Rommel, it tended to rain so far ahead that the German High Command wasn't really entirely sure where the division was at times. Soldiers was the T-70, Pioneers being headed for the carve point. Troops reinforcing, fixing up the T-70 light tank there, as Pioneers routed here by the T-70 light tank. Moving west specifically the Grenadiers and the Assault Gunners going to hit the fuel point again. That's looking to disrupt Barton's fuel flow. Fun fact about the T-70, it was actually quite expensive to make. In fact, it's actually more expensive to make than the T-34-76. So, little fun fact there. Assault Gunners on the fire from the T-70 light tank. Need to retreat those chaps soon. Taking heavy damage up close, down to just 3 men. Second T-70 in there, of course, signaling 2 Runes that he's up against double T-70. He's also finally taking up here. You could go for Osman versus these, to be honest, or a Stu. Pentacle, of course, also works. I mean, basically any armor from the Pommel Corps will work against these T-70s. Hey, fun, continue around the center. The Spartan pushing up the right flank. Of course, needs to remember to get back his fuel point there and deny it to Runes. Pack on the hot pursuit. T-70 going for the Pentacle Squad or the Pack 40. Hard to say here. I think we'd actually make a strong pivot. There we go. Moving on T-70 up behind the Pentacle Squad. Still goes to the Pack 40. Whereas a bit about might be hiding around the corner and backs off, but still almost gets to the Pentacle Squad here with the T-70 light tank. Definitely a bit of a dangerous stage here for him as he's trying to get out some medium armor versus Barton. As Barton, meanwhile, is just going to be raiding away here at Rune's front line and look to get as many wipes as he can. As the Pack 40 can't be everywhere either. Losing some fuel point there to Barton's conscripts. Very good. So Pommel Corps halfway done there. In fact, almost done for Barton. Barton with Runes. Troop ceiling force in there for Runes and the German army. The 7th Panzer to be sure. Fix up the T-70 light tank, which is very close to 22. Back here, troop reinforcing. Got the CIS 3 divisional field gun on the way for Barton. T-70 is rolling ahead. And he does go for the Osman, of course, Great Western Infantry can also work with the T-70s. Ooh, is he actually looking to open a way in here to Rune space by destroying the western base, allowing his infantry to flood in? That's interesting there from Barton. Also a bit bold. Plus, it just puts psychological pressure on Runes, but just threatening his base entrance. They're just kicking in the door effectively. Digging anybody to the fuel point. Right now, Barton's getting a lot of fuel compared to his opponent. Great there for Barton. Obviously, less great for Runes in the German army. He's going to have to like push that Osman hard. Meanwhile, here, Barton could now consider taking up soon. But he may need another field gun first. Mines will also be a great idea for Barton to lay down. Flare mines as well. Tend to get a bit of a look, I think, compared to the regular mines, but flare mines in the large amounts can still be quite disruptive for any attacking German plane, particularly the Wehrmacht with their typically smaller squads. But there you go. Osman out, noting both assault squads have been upgraded with veteran squad leaders. Flag pans out there for Runes and the German army. Western point seized. Barton is just doing him where he can. He's laying down plenty of mines as well. Very good. 2 thumbs up there to Barton. Meanwhile, Mr. Runes has no mines, but he's definitely going to need those eventually. Finding where the conscript quickly crumbling under the firepower of the Flak Panzer. Minor kill there. Assault was in his Marine T swinging as well there. Light damage inflicted on the T Osman by the T-70s. Getting some good hits in return. And there you go, field and attack from the other side. Oh dear. Flak Panzer about to get knocked out by the combined conscripts and double T-70. That is some really rubbish light there for him. Panzer off here. Might just be able to salvage the Osman here, but that was a really bad development. They underestimated Barton, and Barton showed himself to show why he's so fearsome and why he should not be taken lightly. I mean, it probably didn't help that he exposed the rear armor so much the T-70s there that just could easily land several shots there. Assault is chucking grenade home to counter the units as the falls back, but sadly not enough reach there. Get some light damage in before they get suppressed. Got a 30 in there for Barton. Good lord, either Barton is being silly here, or he's got some plan. That, or he's just not respecting rooms at all. But triple T7 is going to be a challenge there in some ways. And with the Flak Panzer, they're going to require either Stug or a Panzer IV. Meanwhile, Barton once we're going for the fuel there. Flak Panzer opening up there, closing in on veterans who want Gunnery Squad about to get wogged up with the charging head here. Threatening with an anti-tank, they expose themselves to a lot of fight. And down the gun needs to get away. He's so focused on the Flak Panzer. He might just have thrown away the conscript in the process. Yes, indeed. Close one there, though, for Runes. But he did get the conscript. And Barton actually suddenly is very slow in infantry, though, of course. He has 3 T-7 light tanks to compensate. But long term, this could become a problem for Barton. This could become a problem for Barton. Field around the assault gunners, they could rush ahead here, though, of course, he can just pull back within range here of the heavy machine gun team. Find something in the west here from Runes. Very good. Thumbs up. Can't forget the west side of the map. So, triple T-70s. Not something you typically see then. Barton definitely needs to like take up eventually. Mortar there for Runes to help you with machine gun support weapons. Very good addition there. Plus in a pinch, of course, can lay down the smoke screen. Flak Panzer halfway done there. Gun is being routed by the T-70s. They're doing a lot of damage here. Pack 40 landing a hit on the T-70 light tank. Mortar ready. Conscript being held up by the MD4 trees. And start. We got conscript ding in by the fuel point once more. Took reinforcing healing back here in his base. Gunnery is routed as well. Triple T-70s. Just hammering away there. Taking out the Gunnery almost to a man in a matter of moments. Mechanized Armor Company. So the triple T-70 is actually not the main strategy. He's not just going to keep pumping up T-70s like someone does, but at the same time, he's clearly intending on relying on the 3 T-70s to get more armor, which is definitely unusual, but interesting. And certainly also dangerous in some ways. Dangerous to Runes because they can quickly just wipe stuff, but at the same time, if this doesn't work out, that's a lot of fuel and manpower that's going to be easily countered by just a few tanks, but shouldn't be taken lightly either. Flak Panzer moving eastwards here. Mortar crew almost taken out. Conscript there once more find their covers shattered or falling apart in the fire from the Flak Panzer. This time Runes being a bit more cautious, knowing what can happen with all those T-70s, even to the Flak Panzer. He's still some time away from the Stug or any other armor here versus Barton. T-70s running westwards again. Are they going to like try and bombard here? Just look for enemies there. Nope, he's actually repaired the machine gun bunker. I did not expect that. But there you go, Gunnery's right here with the double T-70s. He's going to raid their base. He's going to try for some wipes inside of his base. There you go, Flak Panzer moving in, assaulting his squad. He's going to try and get behind them, destroy them that way. Bold move, there you go. Panzer from the T-70s. Could Barton have found himself overextended and now punished here by the Osman? There you go, mine goes off them. Pack 40 still should be able to take out the T-70, taking heavy damage. Got rockets straight in there against the Flak Panzer. Rockets screaming through the skies, but they missed the targets. One Flak Panzer down. Oh, T-70 down, not Flak Panzer. Second T-70 down here in a matter of moments. Barton's luck swung. And it was not in his favour again. Flak Panzer there, close to 52. We got a T-54 on the way for Barton. Still short in infantry. He may struggle now to maintain map control. The loss of 2 T-70 light tanks here. Good counter move there by Runes, foreseeing that if Barton moved here, he could quickly get behind them, making it harder for the units to get out and then actually destroy them more consistently. Destroying 2 T-70s. 2 thumbs up there to Runes. But Barton soon got another T-54, or got a T-54, and that's going to require more anti-armor here from Runes. Either Stug, he's going to have to hold up for the Panther 4. And Barton, though, if he brings up all of those, we'll likely need, well, he will need more infantry. Just 2 infantry squads is just never enough. You need typically a minimum 3, and in my own personal opinion, for the Soviets, you typically need 4. Generally, you want 4 anyways, but like the minimum is 3, the sort of safe minimum. 2 is definitely below the, shall we say, acceptable minimum. He's actually going, I was about to say, he's actually going for another flak panzer. That would have been a bit something else, but he's probably going to go for a Panther 4 here. T-54. Season getting to 2 T-54 going up for the Austin. Oh dear, he's going to lose it. He can blitz though. There we go. Blitzkrieg on the way here. Got Pat 40 nearby assaulting as well there. And the Flak Panzer successfully escapes the T-34s on 6 by a razor thin margin. Grabbing the points in the west. We got the Panther 4 on the way here. Now we can sort of see how all the infantry also plays in. He can just quickly grab lots of territory back here from Barton, where Barton can't easily defend it, nor can he seize it easily with just so little infantry. So, thumbs up there. 2 runes from good infantry preservation here, compared to Barton, who's been struggling a bit to keep his men alive. Pack 40 shoots misses, mortar ring down, and the constables out the building. Noting by he actually has 2 discers now, 2 heavy machine guns. They have a bit of a problem there for his infantry. Black Panzer there, eventually 2 gives it a nice rate of fire increase, also better shooting down aircraft. Western fuel secured once more there. Panther almost done as well here for runes. Disc opening up in the Grenadiers found themselves beleaguered as Barton launched an assault on all sides on their house. There you go, field bombarding as well there. That house must die. It has been decreed by Comrade Stalin himself. This building is an edifice of fascism and must so be torn down to build a new glorious socialist world. Really? Yes. Oh, okay. T-7 grenades in the west and Panzerfaust with the T-7 in the west. Can I rush in with armor to finish it off there? If he wants to, of course he might worry that Barnes will bring up anti-tank guns to counter that, which he is. We got 304 vs 429. Conscript disc here as the soldiers in the centre. Oh, they haven't set it up. He can actually sprint, then clear it out then. Or he doesn't need to sprint at all. That also works. Saves you munitions. Another T-34 there for Barton and the Red Army. Panzer Grenadier squad here with 8 kills, 22. T-34 6 4 kills, close to 1 field gun there with 3 kills. That's the cancer squad that's going to go for it. Need to back up with armor. That's going to be tough there with the T-34 blocking any armor approach. Black Panther shoots. Shots bouncing. Panther 4 though does not. T-34 number 2 almost done there for Barton and the Red Army. The 3rd Guards Tank Corps. T-34 going for it. 4 kills, veterancy 1. Pack shoots and the shot apparently gets absorbed by a wooden fence.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
There we go. T-34. Flak Panther going for it. And then perhaps realising he can't actually go for it and probably get out of there before it goes to hell. Hey, flying around the centre, got a soldier trying to push up. This starts getting absolutely ground down. T-7 is still not been repaired. Got a Stug on the way there for runes. Very good. Thumbs up there. Panther 4 was almost knocked out. T-34 moving on the flank. Could take it out. Pack 4 going to turn around. Other T-34 moving in as well here. Osman in trouble here. Oh dear. Flak Panther's main gun is out. T-34 there calling an airstrike here on the Panther 4. Osman down. Panther 4 narrowly avoids the rockets. T-34 down. Disc being suppressed here. Does not finish off the Panther 4. Need to get that T-34 out before it gets knocked out as well. I think this would have worked out better for Barton had the business munition to support the attack, and that was, I think, a vital missing element. So I think that's a bit of a miss there by Barton. And again, highlights the importance of infantry because it could probably help clear out some of the support. So of course, the machine gun there would have been an issue, but even then, I don't know, like a deep flank here could have possibly pulled it off then. Still, had he gotten the Panther, I think Barton would have been a lot further ahead. In the end, he still got something, but the problem is, while he sort of you know, slightly equalise the armour situation a bit, but not by a lot. The infantry situation is still very much overwhelmingly Runes, since again, he's the one with 5 infantry squads and Barton's still the guy with 2 infantry squads. It does have the heavy machine guns, but ultimately can't quite pull infantry duties. Artillery barrage called in here. Runes calling in there for the lighted Fantasiegeschütz. And there you go, disc machine taking heavy damage. Ceasing pushed back here by the might of the Sturmgeschütz 3. Ausführung G. Almost got it, but not quite. Machine gun though got wiped out there by the artillery. The other machine needs to get out there before that gets taken out here by Runes MG42 team. Assault guns here versus conscripts up close. The assault guns are winning this easy. In fact, puts you wipe then. Barton there, go down to just 1 conscript squad now versus Runes. Chief and landing right here on the assault guns, tearing through them. Pan 4 shoots. We got the field gun number 2 out here, forming up a much stronger core here. That's going to be harder for Runes to use his armor freely with. Plus, of course, they can also lay down a nasty artillery barrage if necessary here versus Runes as well. Using the T-30 for spot for them, I believe. They typically want to use the T-70 and its reconnaissance ability. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. T-70 up, field guns getting ready. Bit of action on the flank there from Runes. Back at base, nothing further going on. Field guns being held in. Barton still really needs some infantry. Field gun shooting away there, catching both of Runes' pieces of armor there. But we got the Gunners got on the flank, but immediately under fire from the T-70 light tank. Eastern points being seized, disc being moved up there. Plus nothing to do with the Gunners, the cover suddenly vanishing as the 50 caliber rounds that just tears through it. Oh wait, does it still count as cover somehow? I mean, yeah. Disc routed in the east as well. I've routed the in from the east there. Another mortar there for Runes, as it prepares more artillery to deal with the Soviets. Thumbs up there. A well-handled pair of mortars can be quite nasty. And we got Barton over the Katyusha rocket launcher, deciding he wants to blast his way here through the fascists. Oh dear, that building almost collapsed with gunners in, but they managed to get out of there in time before the entire thing collapses. Films up there. Gunners taking heavy casualties. Stu that gets away in time. 2 kills versus 1 conflict caught with MG42. Another hit on the Stu. Almost taking out their second shot, though narrowly misses. Further moving ahead here, soldiers blocking the way. 20 kills though. Veteran 3 field guns bombarding the MG42 Katyusha rocket launcher almost under for Barton. The Red Army Panther moves ahead, machine being forced back. Assault is routed. Panther 4 moves ahead there. Katyusha rocket launchers ready here. The BM-13. Note that many vehicles were equipped with Katyusha rockets. Note that Katyusha rocket didn't necessarily cover just one type. There's a wide variety of them, of different sizes. Some were in fact quite massive. Little fun fact there. Assault is on the fire here, but they do manage to slightly maneuver. There you go, grenade assault, Stielhandgranate, deployed in large numbers. But there you go, caught in the end. Found down in the center, machine gun pack falling, caught in a storm of rockets. Pack barely survives, machine gun those forced to retreat. And there you go, second mortar in action. Pack actually got wiped out. Panzer caught by the disc, constantly ahead there as well. Still, Barton is very short in infantry. The west side get a movement here. Units caught by the Grenadier squad there. Stug taking heavy tip from the Stug. Field guns. Not Stugs. That's a slight mistake there by me. T-34 catching the Grenadiers here, routing them with ease. In the east, it is the Panther 4 sensing prey and going in there. Back up the field guns moving up to try and counter it. Constant charging force as well. Another Panther 4 there for Runes. No attempting going for a Tiger tank here. I think that's very sensible. I mean, he could eventually set up for it once he say he got enough units he can't get anymore. Then he could set up for it, but I think just getting more medium armor right now for Spartan is the wisest move. I feel like he'd also try and get a bit more aggressive on the light and west flank. In that regard, Runes could argue he's said to be perhaps a bit too passive here versus Barton, a bit too defensive. But at the same time, he does have most of the victory points, a good chunk of the map, so it's not like he has to rush out into it, but I do think it would benefit him a lot more, since it does give Barton more time to recover and maybe find out something to beat the runes with, so it's not without its risk. Spends more time down in the conscripts. East side here, we got the assault units running out there. Contra out the centre. T-34 moving up there, 7 kills, veterans 1. Mortar is possibly easy targeting. There you go. Shot fired, but missed. Second Panther ready. Katyusha's almost ready to fire again here for Barton of the Red Army. Good consistent usage there of the mortars by runes. And there you go. Machine's about to get hammered by it. Perhaps the mortar is. Oh, the rockets are flying through. And there you go. Mortar crew wiped a single rocket. Took out the entire team. Great for Barton. Certainly feels a bit sad there for runes. I mean, he can recruit it though, so it's not that bad. Unless, of course, he destroys it. He's trying to. There you go. Stug nearby is having none of that. Protecting vital German army property. There you go. Panther on the flank here. Trying to catch the T-54 up. There you go. T-54 shoots misses. Field guns, though, could be making a significant issue with the Panther down to half health. Artillery goes called in. So they have to make the decision. Do they take the artillery barrage or they try and take out the Panther? He tries to make the attempt, but still only one shot goes through. And now the artillery's raining down. As we got Panzers pushing through as well. Catching Barton once more in an awkward position. And then looks like he could actually lose the field gun here if the Panzer can finish off the retreating unit. But no, it doesn't. 80-5 for Barton. Panzer going to give us a T-70 light tank. Panther 4 going in for a flank. Nice aggressive maneuver here by Runes and the 7th Panzer Division. Shot Panzers from the T-70, unsurprisingly. Field gun does not. That field is about to hit the ace level, but it's also about to die to the Grenadiers. So low on health they can finish off there, even with the negative cover they're helping out. Panther moving ahead, Grenadiers moving as well. They got T-34, T-70 opening up in the advancing Grenadier. Katyusha rocket launcher on the way to fire again. There you go, rocket straight calling the Panther 4. But from what angle? Oh dear, nice attempt here, but easily dodged by Runes. There you go, Grenadiers are being absolutely torn apart. Panther 4 charging in, trying to take that field gun out, and there you go, gets it, falls back. Almost takes out the counter squad here on the east side. We've got an attempt here to move up for the engineers, but they're being met with a hazardous volume of lead, which pretty much imperils their continued life. H5 tanks are ready for Barton. Katyusha rocket launcher hanging back, 6 kills. Can they gain more? Stug turning about here for him. Panzer hit, taking damage there. Barton grenade off. Straight into the midst of the machine gun crew. Almost getting a wipe there. Stug there. Oh, Panzer squad the wipe. Stug getting the T2. The shots added. Still, Runes has plenty of infantry, whereas Barton now in fact has none. He's got the machine guns, a field gun, a lot of armor, and a rocket launcher, but he has no infantry. Now the Panther 4 there for Runes. Who needs Tigers when you've got a full armored platoon there, and a Stug. Going for the field gun here. He might likely finish off Barton. We just push him with all the armor now. Panther 4, Stug, packing him up, and there you go, T-5 on the fire here. Almost got it, Soldier taking heavy damage, still he's going for it. There's grenade assault here on the field gun, and gets the crew here. Panther 4 can assault the Stug backing up here. T-5 ramming the Panther 4, gets knocked out in the process. H5 about to get knocked out here by Runes and the German army. There we go, H5 knocked out. Barton's down just the disc, cutting engineers, and T-7 the Katyusha rocket launcher. Firing back rockets here, Panther 4 blitzing away. Few rockets impacting upon the Stug's mighty hull, but enough. Ultimately not enough. Stug's back here. We got 304, 749. Runes is now ahead of Barton in terms of victory points. I'd say he's more or less, I think, won this. I mean, theoretically, Barton could still win this. Like, Runes does something really bad, or Barton does something really clever, but I don't see Barton pulling a rabbit out of his hat on this one. Stug halfway to victory 3, by the way. Trying to outmaneuver the field guns, trying to remove any chance that Barton recovers. Certainly not taking Barton lightly here. Always the highlight of a solid play at the very least. You don't take your opponents lightly. Panther moving in here, pinning machine on the way there. TC racing in there. Katyusha trying to hide as best as it can, which is not particularly easy. Almost got the T-7 light tank there with the Panther 4. Field and crew about to get knocked out. 304 but 213. Machine's about to get annihilated as well there. Mortar hammering away the 6 kills. He hasn't recruited the other one. There we go. Field and crew is out. Almost got it. We got 304 but 201. Another field gun out for Barton. He keeps fighting, keeps believing in victory. Well, believe me, the NKVD is going to do some very nasty things to him if he doesn't fix this. But yeah, overall right now I'd say Rooms is very much dominant here. He's got all the armor, all the infantry, and he's got a better combined arms suite compared to Barton. Till he called in here. At this point, more feels like he's showing off than anything else. Fixing the Panther 4. To the half 8 of its new fleet. Katyusha firing again. Taking out the pack crew, but at this point, that's merely a drop of water in the ocean. Another field and weather for Barton. We got Finn 450. Barton keeps fighting. His spirit seemingly undiminished in the face of fascist opposition. Then he loses the T-70. And with that he surrenders. His last hope now of flame, he gives up. So there you go. A vicious 1 versus 1 here on Crossing the Woods. So good news from both. Barton there with some interesting strategy. In the end, his infantry, I think, ultimately undermined him as he just struggled to maintain presence there and couldn't exploit any openings he actually made, increasing versus Rooms, whereas Rooms with all the infantry was able to control the field much better here compared to Barton. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you all tomorrow again for our next episode.